Welcome to another Bean Outdoor product pick. This month I'm going to take a look at the Covert cams. Now Covert cams, I've been using those for the last 2 years, and I've used a variety of their models. Here I have the MP6 and the MP40 red, and I'm going to talk about those and talk a little bit about those. But I've used the Covert cams for the last few years, like I said, and I've found them to be one of the better cameras on the market for the price point. And they have a variety of cameras for everybody's style, what you're looking for as far as features and functionality, and they just make a great product. The cameras come with a 1-year warranty, and we are a Covert cam dealer. They come with a 1-year warranty, and so if you have any trouble or anything with them, they will replace the camera. The first camera I'm going to talk about is the MP6, and this was there is a camera below this model, but this is their good standard all-around camera. But you can see here it's loaded with the LEDs. It takes a great picture at night, and I have not seen in thousands of pictures over the last 2 years where this camera spooked game or anything like that. They do make an MP6 black now. And then in that 40 they make a black version too, and those are great, and they will work a little bit better and kind of guarantee that you never get no spooking of animals or anything like that. But with this MP6 I've never seen an animal spook with it. They do have a generous flash range with these cameras and a good sensor range. They pick up well. The cameras have a variety of features where you can do video and you can do pictures. So it just depends. I really enjoy the 30-second video clips that you can do, because if you have an animal walking in the frame, you can kind of see what it's doing, see if it's spooked or whatever, and you kind of get that live action that you don't get with photographs, especially like burst mode and stuff like that. But it has a variety of functions where you can do 3 picture bursts, and then you can have trigger intervals of 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever you like. If you have a bunch of raccoons or something like that raiding your corn pile or raiding your bait or whatever you have going, you may want to space that out a little bit. Now this camera, the MP6, runs on 8 AA batteries. It is for the maximum batteries that it will hold, and they advertise that you can get up to 1 year. And I have found that to be very accurate. And if you look inside this camera, you can see those are Dollar General batteries. And what I typically do with this MP6 and MP40, the MP40, and I'll get into this later, takes 12 batteries. This one takes 8. I'll go there. They have a 20-pack of Dollar General batteries for $5. And I'll put 8 in here, put 12 in the other, and I will get from July till season's over. There's been a few times where I've had to replace batteries where it just took so many pictures, and most of the time that's not from deer, that's from raccoons and everything else. Getting there where I just had thousands and thousands of pictures, 1,000, 2,000 pictures in a day or two's time, where I had coons and things going on. But it's great battery life. So if you load these up in June or July, you should be able to easily go throughout your season with these batteries. And even when the temperature drops and it's super cold outside, 30, 20 degrees, the camera still functions flawlessly. I've never had an issue with them freezing up or hanging up or anything like that. One important thing to remember about Covert cams is that once you load them up with batteries, you need to have an SD card in this bottom SD in the slot in order for the screen to come up. That's probably one of the #1 things that you see, and you can see the camera coming to life here. If you take this camera, the SD card out, and go to setup, it'll come up and say Covert cams, and then it kind of just cuts off. And one of the #1 things that you have with people is that they don't realize that, and they'll put the batteries in, go to setup, and their camera will keep cutting off, and they'll think something's wrong with the camera, and they'll want to do a 1-year warranty or something like that, and there's really no need for it. Now the camera does have a mini S USB here. It also has an auxiliary port where you can add another external power source, but there's really no need for any of that because these 8AA's will do the trick. But if you go to setup, the screen will come up there, and you can go through their interactive menu, and you can format SD cards right in the camera, which is a very nice feature. You can go through, you set your time, and then set however you want. These cameras will do time lapse as well, so you can do that. You can also set what time of day you want to take pictures. If you want them just take it at night or certain times of the day. But what I found is just let them run 24 hours a day, no problem. Now, if you do use time lapse, it will drain some batteries. Now, it's a really cool feature, and Covert does offer some free software to view those, where you can watch it like a little movie, the time lapse, and it's a really cool thing to do. And it has its use and it has its place, but it is a battery drainer to do that, because you know it's taking pictures every few seconds, and so you can really accumulate a lot of energy draining a lot of energy on your batteries there. But each camera, comes with a little gasket around the inside, and so once you snap it closed like so, it's good to go. They do have cable locks that you can buy. There's also bear boxes, and it comes with a strap that's adjustable and just snaps together just like this. Let's see if I can get that, just like that around the tree, and you can adjust it. And but it's you can see it's a very small profile in comparison to my hand. So it's a very nice camera, very easy to use. When I first got into deer hunting a few years ago, it was right at the transition where they were going away from film cameras to digital cameras, and so with that transition, it was awesome because you didn't have to go develop pictures and go see what you had and then spend money on that, and then turn around and find out that you squirrels or raccoons wasted all your stuff. So, and then you went to C batteries, and those would last a week and then die and everything. So they've really nailed it down, Covert, and there's other manufacturers out there too, but Covert's really got that nailed down about the batteries, and just cheap batteries. You don't have to go buy energizers or lithiums or anything like that. If you want to, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can get by with these Dollar General batteries. That's what I've done. And I just try to help people as best I can, to save money and kind of cut some corners if you can. This camera is the MP40 Red. So it's got 40 LEDs. These are going to come up red. And so it's got that red glow to it. I have seen a little and if you've ever been out at night and changed the card at night, and this is how I found this out, and you take your hand and just wave it in front of the camera, just to test the sensitivity and see if it takes pictures. With the MP6, it just takes a picture, you don't really see anything. But with this, if you rode your hand with your naked eye, you can see the red lights, you can see the red glow of these. Now, it doesn't really spook animals. I hadn't seen it really spook anything, but I've seen animals look at it because they see that red glow. They do have a black version of this, which is blacked out. Now, with the MP40, it has a few more features than the MP6. Now, one thing is, like I said before, it'll take 12. I'm almost certain that it'll function on 4 or 6 instead of the full 12. But the 12 will give you the full battery capacity, and I recommend doing that because batteries aren't that expensive, and then you're not running back and forth into the woods checking everything. It has the same things like we have at the bottom. You got your SD card, you have your mini USB, and then you have your auxiliary power if you want to do that. One cool thing that I like too about the cameras is that on the screens, with the screens you can see and make sure your camera lens and everything's clean and can see everything, and so you can see there, you can look in there and see what the camera's showing. Now the cool thing about the MP40 is that you can take a picture directly. You can push this little camera button here and you can take a picture just like that and snap a picture of whatever the camera's looking at. Another cool feature is that there's this play button. And so when you go to the woods, now with the MP6, you have to take the card out, take it back home, or put it in something to view those pictures. With the MP40, you can take the camera off the tree and take it in the stand with you, or you can wait till after you hunt, whatever you want to do there. But you can push this little button here, the play button, and you can go through, and right on the camera screen, you can go through and just scroll through all the pictures it's taken, which I find very useful. Because you can just walk up, check it, and look at it right on the camera and see, if you got a very productive area or if it's not so hot. You can delete pictures. You can do format. You can format the card, and it has all the functionality like the MP6. You can do the time lapse. You can do burst modes. You can do video modes. So you have all those type of functions with this camera. And then the last camera, which I don't have right here, which they've changed for 2014, is the 3G camera. Last year, that camera was very popular. I used that camera myself a lot, and that's their wireless camera. I think it runs about $379, and that's shipped to your door. And that camera has the ability to send pictures to your cell phone. Or to your email address via text or email. And the cool thing about that is it works on GSM network, and you can go to, I went to AT&T or Senior Wireless, but you go to T-Mobile too if it works in your area. You go there and tell them you need a SIM card. And I have Verizon Wireless, but I went there and said I need a SIM card for this camera and showed it to them. And they gave me a SIM card for free. Now the cool thing about Coverts is that once you get that SIM card, you can just sign up for a text-only plan. And at the time, and I believe it's still the same, for like $4.99 you can get 200 texts a month. For $9.99 you can get 1,000 texts, and for I think it's $19.99 you can get unlimited a month. And it works on a prepaid basis. So every time you load it, let's say you do the $9.99 1,000 texts, that gives you 30 days and 1,000 texts, and it just counts down. Once those texts expire, you're done until you put more text on it, or when the 30 days is up. Now, as long as you, and what they told me, the representative at the time, he said as long as you every 60 days refill it, then you can keep it going. Now the cool thing is it's prepaid, so it's not a contract. So at the end of the year, if you think you got your camera and you're like, well, I'm not going to keep this thing going, you can just let it expire. Now what will happen is you'll have to go back to the Cellular Wireless place or wherever and get another SIM card at the end of the year, because what they'll do is terminate that. Or you can just every 60 days pay $4.99, put 200 text on it and keep it going. So it's a fiddle factor thing, but it's prepaid, so you're not tied to it as far as some kind of monthly contract. And so that camera worked out great. I really liked it because I could just hang in the woods. I had a lease of ours that's like 25, 30 minutes away from our home. And when I get busy with the shop and everything else, I can't go down there, but I can look at my phone and I can see what's going on. And so I find that very, very nice. If you got stands in another state or another lease or somewhere far away, or you just don't have the time to go out there, it can really save you some fuel and really save you some time, because I used to put cameras out and I would drive down there just to check cards and then be disappointed if there wasn't nothing there or nothing was going on. Well, all that's cut out. And I spent more on the camera, but I really didn't spend that much on the monthly plan, more than I would pay with gas. When gas is $3.50 a gallon, you know, that kind of adds up. And so that's the Covert camera. I think it's the M6, now they call it 3G, and that's the wireless version. They only have one wireless version. But Covert Cams offers a wide variety of cameras to fit your budget and based on the features and functionality you want. You can check out our website at www.beanoutdoors.com. There you can see a variety of the cameras we offer from Covert. We stock about every one of their cameras. You can purchase directly on the website and we'll get that camera shipped to you. We do offer free shipping, so those prices do include free freight. You can always check with us by email on the Contact Us on the Bean Outdoors website, or you can email us at eric@beanoutdoors.com. You can call us at 336-564-2400, or you can come by our shop here in Clemens, North Carolina, and check out the cameras. And you can always check with us about some kind of maybe a special or something we may be running. We may be running a preseason special or something like that. Because right now is the time to get cameras, get them out in the woods, and see what kind of deer you got going on your property. So this is the Covert cams. We highly recommend them. We personally use them, and one of the biggest pluses to them is that standing battery life. But if you want to talk more about Covert cams, give us a call, and we'll be back next time with another Being Outdoor product pick. Thanks for watching.